Alright, this is my two products. This stuff gets 2 thumbs up. Epoxy primer sealer with the hardener. I've used it. Works really good. Alright, this is the tape job for the repaint. Had to reprime it. That's what the black is, primer sealer. Had to tape off the white stripes. They're going to be repainted as well. The doors, these rear quarters were pretty much stripped down to pretty much metal because the paint did not stick, so it all had to be sanded off. So that is primed. Almost finished sanded. I'm going to sand on a little bit. Had a couple fixes. Little Bondo spots. I'm going to prime them real quick first. The Mustang with the red here, single stage, and I thought, okay, this is 4 coats of paint. I painted it, let it dry an hour, and then I came back, put 2 more coats on it. Got the fin, you can see some, all that will buff out though. You gotta work somewhere where it's not a real paint booth, you're just gonna have little dust things. That's just all there is to it. There's nothing you can do about it. So you can see the little dust particles all up in there, but it looks not too bad. A little bit of orange peel on the door there. I tried to put some good coats on there. Have little tiny run right there, but I kind of blew it out so it's not even really visible. I don't know how good that's gonna look. Once it dries, gets kind of buffed, I gotta put some clear on there, so we'll see how it looks with the clear. I can see the dust in there. A little bit of orange peel from a different direction. Not too bad. Okay, this is looking pretty good for a homemade paint job. Not perfect, it's got little nibbles in it. I don't know if I can see them on camera. Little nibbles. But you know, when you're not painting in a shop, DIY, most of those will probably buff out. But this is a single stage paint. It does not have gloss. It's just basically a paint and buff, old school. But this car did not justify. It's a 07 GT, but You know, it's got a couple wrecks on the title, so just nobody gonna pay big money for it, so you're not gonna spend a couple $1,000s on a paint job. This was about 500 bucks. I got fingerprints and stuff all over it. Painted this part black, try to modernize it. That's a flat black, even though it's coming out kind of glossy. It will be flat black once it dries. It will have the fin, so hopefully that looks okay. Doesn't look too silly. I had to paint inside that door jamb where people had scuffed it up, so we just kind of spot shot that, left that flat, didn't try to paint all that stuff. Took the windows out because they were leaking. This was all rusted, so we primed them, painted it. I know this is leaking right here because when I blew air in there, I could see the window tint is going to get a new back window on it. Doesn't look too bad, looks pretty glossy. In here's not perfect. It's where it's been wrecked and replaced. This gas thing not even sitting in there right, but I'm going to get the correct collar to put that back in there right. Get the rubber bumper. I think that's in the center console. Hopefully it is. Door jambs all look pretty good. They were already painted. We didn't try to go crazy and paint all that stuff. Painted down below pretty good. I don't think that's a GT front scoop, but that's what was on there, so that's what we went with. Not sure about that. And we had to reshoot the fin because I was painting here on the floor and kicked dust with my hose and drug it over here. So we painted this kind of separate, and it's kind of funny when it comes out. It has way less nibbles in it. When you're shooting little stuff, it's a little easier. There's a couple nibbles. I can't see it, but they're there in the camera. A couple nibbles, way less than what's on this car. I was going to try to shoot the car in sections, but it was just way too much work. I had to do the stripes separate, so we painted the car, and then we came back and painted the white stripes on there. So that doesn't look too bad. The lines aren't perfect. They got some nibbles from the paint. There's a couple. See, it's just not, you know, when you tape it, just not perfect when you try to do it. Tried to do the best I can to get down in here in these window seams. The front windshield's not leaking or anything, but this back windshield, when we take it out, we're gonna have to do a really good job of gluing that sucker back in there. Extra glue, maybe seal this ridge better. Tried to paint down in there, try to get some paint in there. It wasn't painted very good. So I'm kind of curious to see how this will come out. I'm kind of worried about it now. I mean, looking at it like this view, it doesn't look that good, but with the tail lights in there and the fin back on there, hopefully it'll look good. That's what it looks like with the blackout and the fin back on it. The lights back on it. Lighting in here kind of sucks a little bit, but that's what it looks like. All the grill and the license plate. So the front kind of matches the back. Just too complicated to paint all them stripes down the front of that car. So we just simplified it. Tried to still make it look like the GT. It's a 10-footer, that's for sure. It's not a perfect car by any means. Gonna get that rear glass replaced and the side windows put in. So there you go, that's what it looks like with the